Hello YouTube, and welcome back to episode number 45 of our two-handed Savagery Archon, where last episode we did basically the first half of Forgotten Gods, and this episode we're going to be heading through the underground passage towards the Vanguard of the Three. So last episode I was talking about places to farm once you have all this unlocked, and the Sunbane Oasis here, or I think this area has a different name, but this area anyway, is another good place to farm because there's a lot. I say this now that I'm saying it's not going to be here, but there's usually several heroes in this section. There is always Ganavakar, um, who is a very, very fast scorpion dude who runs around like a cat at 3 a.m. So he's always here. There's usually several heroes, and it's good for loot, and especially if you are dual wielding his tails, you're going to see him a lot. He is a little bit spicy for damage, as you can see there, but he didn't drop his tail either. Yes, he did. Why didn't that show up? Monster infrequent? That's a monster infrequent. What's going on? Anyway, that's his tail. Does acid damage. Converts fizz to acid. Gives bonus acid damage. Adds acid damage to righteous fervor. Acid damage, acid damage, acid damage. You get the idea. And also, sometimes there's a totem over here. So this section of the map is pretty good for farming for loot. When I was doing Forgotten Gods farm, I would go to the previous portals, go down into the beetle lairs, kill the two named beetles, whatever heroes were around there. I would come and kill Ganavakar, and whatever heroes were here, plus maybe there's a totem. Then I would port to the other side of this area that I'm in now, to the Conclave, or the Vanguard of the Three, sorry. And I would find, it's not Galfang, it's the big dog, big eldritch hound, gun something, I think. I don't know. We'll see him in a minute when I get out of this cave. Well, potentially we'll see him in a minute when I get out of this cave. Could be a little longer. But you kill him. Again, this area we're going into here, there's usually a lot of heroes here. Often one up here. Potentially? No? Game doesn't like me today. There's heroes everywhere except where I say there's heroes when I'm recording. But anyway, there's often heroes up here. On this little plateau down here, there's usually a hero or three. The big dog, there's a hero. Excellent, good, I got one. There is totem. I didn't know there was a totem here. I'm definitely going to do it. Doesn't look like the dog I was talking about is here. He's usually slightly off to the side. I think he's usually up here. If he's going to be here, he'll be down here or up here. So he's probably in the next like 2 areas in front he can spawn as well. But it's worth looking for him. He's always in one of a handful of areas. Always good for loot. So yeah, Forgotten Gods has some good farming. I want to go up there and get that hero as well. So let's go get him. Alright. That's a lot of goop on the ground. I don't think it's all friendly. Alright, so we're at the Vanguard of the Three. This is basically the halfway point for Forgotten Gods. This is the second quest hub, I guess. And there's a bunch of quests here. So I think we have to talk to him and then the quests will open up. Yeah. So you get one quest from whichever cult you picked. You get these last two will always be there. And that's it. Then you go out. We got the portal quest, okay. So we're in here to slay the Mind Reaper. And he's sort of over to the side. I don't think I've ever done the Mind Reaper on Ultimate. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but we shall see. I would definitely prefer not to die, but should be okay. Yeah, all of our resist to maxed. Should be fine. Should be fine. I guess we'll find out in a second. As I've said a few times in this series, this build is absolutely bonkers. For a leveling build to be this strong, it's crazy. It shouldn't be this good, but I'm definitely glad that it is. Alright, we go up. And we go around. And we should see the star on the map here in a second. We should see the star on the map here in a second. That's not him. Alright, well apparently he wanders around, because I swear this is where I found him last time. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm misremembering. Demonic of Meditation. Okay, sure, why not? Right. There's the star on the map. Let's go say hi to the Mind Flayer. No, I remember this lava as well, so I definitely was misremembering. So Ishtal the Mind Reaper is dead. He is healed to full. This is very anticlimactic. That seems like something I don't want to stand in. Alright. Well, that was fun. So back to the Vanguard. He's going to send us deeper into... Actually, I think that might be it. That might be... He might be sending us to kill Korvac now. Yep. He's sending us to kill Korvac, find the tomb, go in, kill Korvac. Beautiful. Alright, so we get to skip a lot of this section. These things, if you are interested in a fire pet build, they drop an MI that will convert pet fizz damage to fire. Can be pretty good for leveling a Conjurer or a Kabbalist if you're into that sort of thing. With you guys having picked the Ritualist for Aether Pets as my next build, I won't be using it, but yeah, it's still pretty good. Maybe I'll do a Kabbalist and a Conjurer afterwards, just as like a compare and contrast kind of thing. Maybe not, I don't know. Definitely have plans for a Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough later in the year as well. That may not be something that the majority of you guys are interested in, but it's something I'm interested in. Alright, we're gonna go get that totem, because, you know, of course I am. How do we get down there, actually? Does that come back later? I think that might be a comeback later. That's fine. There's a chance for an exalted chest over here somewhere as well. I can remember where it is. Maybe it spawns here. I forget exactly where it is. As I said earlier, I am more than likely going to do a big sort of round trip to get all of the exalted chests. If you go to grimtools.com, there's a checklist option on their front page that you can actually upload your character file to, and it will tell you which exalted chests you have, which ones you haven't. It'll point you to maps to where they can spawn. Really useful. I really want that totem. What is it actually? Ancient Eldritch. Yeah, definitely going back for an ancient. Alright. Loot off. Let's pop it. Okay, so we got an arcane guy here. I'm going to kill him first. Yep, and he didn't eat all my buffs, which means I can stay. If you do, maybe you don't kill him quite fast enough and he gets his arcane orb off at you and strips all your buffs, run. Immediately run. And then once you've got all your buffs back, so I would have ran sort of out this way, would have been casting the buffs the whole way. Once you've got your buffs back, then you can turn around and re-engage. But especially on a build like this, with this bad boy here, Primal Bond, that's 16% damage absorption. Just, I mean, turning that off is a really good way to just die. Okay, this tomb here, the Temple of Ateph, I am actually going to do it. This is a Bismial quest to do this tomb, but it also has a good chunk of reputation in here as well. So I am going to do it. There may be a totem. There's usually a couple of heroes on the way. The totem is there, which is nice. And then at the bottom, there are three, what do you call them? Three heroes that are always there, super uniques, I guess, if you're into Diablo 2. And they give, I think, 100 reputation to all of the, all three of the witch cults. Something like that, anyway. It might be 50-50 and 100 on the third one or something like that. It is absolutely worth coming here if you're trying to get reputation. Again, I had an arcane. I'm just watching my buffs. If I see them disappear, I run. Who are they attacking? This guy. Okay. Double rare. That'll sell nicely. Alright. No heroes here, so let's go down. Now, if you're doing this on normal, or if you're doing this with a build that you're not sure of, you can just stand right here, and Old Mate will come running all by himself. So you can fight them one at a time. This, if you're on, like I said, if you're on normal and you're like level 25 or 28 or something like that, I definitely recommend splitting them apart. And then you can kind of come down here, grab just this guy, drag him up, and again, fight him on his own. If you try and fight all three of them at once, especially if you're on a build that only hits one target, really, then you're going to be tanking all three of them, but you're only going to be hurting one of them. And then on the third one, you can just bum rush him. So there's 112 reputation with each of the cults. Another 112. Let's see it. There's the third one. Enemy boss killed. I think that was for this one. Is he going to be plus 52? No, another 112. So these are going to go up pretty quick. And I did make a video on how to farm Witch God, Witch Cult reputation. And it was this. Come in here, kill these three, reset your session, do it again, come back. If you're doing the Bismial line, you'll have to come in here anyway to activate that altar. But yeah, that is my reputation farm for the witch cults. If you get all your quests done and there's nothing left, or maybe you don't want to kill Korvac, you're a little bit scared or whatever, then do that. Just farm them until you're done. It took me maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to go from basically nothing to done, because you end up getting about 500 reputation for each time you go down there and kill them, because they give you like 300 between them, and then let's say you find a totem, well, that's, you know, however many elites times 50, so it's very fast to stack it up. That said, I have a quest to buy a merit. How about that? That's going to be annoying. It means I have to buy a merit to get rid of that. Okay, I'm going to be skipping a lot of this. There's nothing really here aside from things to kill. So I'm going to push deeper in. So I have quests to kill the messenger, and also quests to kill this preemptive strike. I forget what it is you're actually killing. It's a scorpion monster of some description. Neither of which are around here, so go this way. I think this way. You guys know how good my sense of direction is. Alright, this could... Yep, there he is. So if you can see there on the top right of my screen, big doggy, that is Grimoire the Packhound. This is the one I was talking about way back here when I came out of the underground tunnel. This is the one I was talking about. He can be right here where he is, or he can be outside that tunnel. Or I think he can also spawn down here. And he's good to farm as well. And there's a rift just up ahead. So all through this area, you're going to find Kaiman NPCs and also Death's Vigil NPCs. I won't spoil the story, but basically it's a continuation of the storyline from their respective factions. It's actually pretty good. It's a decent storyline. You find out about Ouroboros. If you were doing the Death's Vigil stuff, you find out where he's been. If you were doing the Kaiman side, you find out where their leader has been. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Alright. The Eye of Olzuin. There's also a lot of hidden lore in Forgotten Gods. There's a series of lore notes going all through, basically the whole way through. If you explore, you find the whole lot. It's pretty interesting. Explains about Morganeth's folly, and there's another series about the dangers of the desert. It's really good. Highly recommend if you're into stories or whatnot. I guess if you want a better story, read a book, but this is pretty good. So continue to the north. There'll be a tomb on the left. It will look like a regular doorway, and then it'll turn into a star when I get close. But it's going to be up here on the left. Should be showing up here in a second. There it is. And it's changed to a star. Beautiful. So this is going to be the Preemptive Strike quest location. We go in there, there's going to be a central platform with 3 other platforms leading off of it. We go to each of the 3 platforms that are leading off of it. There will be a pylon. We bash the pylon, then we go to the next one, bash the pylon again, and then the third one will release a monster in the middle, which we have to kill. Simple enough. The monster in the middle does a lot of acid damage from memory. So yeah. By this point in Ultimate, if your resists are not maxed, like all of them, with 30% over max, or over cap on everything, you're probably doing something wrong. There we go. So that's why. Because I don't have the 30% over cap, they're able to shred my resistances to below the 80% cap. And this guy may be able to do the same with poison as well, because I'm not capped on that. So there's the first one done. Blue item for bits. Okay, second pylon done. I don't think these pylons individually spawn more monsters. It's possible that they do, but it doesn't feel like it. I think these just spawn because I was near them. I could be wrong though. That happens more than I'd like to admit, actually. Okay, so now we slay the Dusk Reaper. He's going to be in the middle, so I'm going to clear out all his friends. And I'm actually going to bum rush him. And I'm ready on my my Aether Cluster. If I see my health dip down to like half or whatever, I'm just going to use it. Okay. Didn't need it in the end, but just be prepared for it. If you're going in there, you may need it. Scorpius Pummeler of Binding, that's a decent pet item, especially with the of Binding. Good for Ghouls Necromancers. Alright, we're done here, so we leave, continue on to the next rift, and then we'll probably go back and turn that one in. But, maybe not. See what happens. So is it this one? It's not this one. There's one of these chosen helmets that's good for conjurers as well. It adds fire damage to one of your pets. Forget exactly how it works. So all through this section, there's also a good number of heroes. Good amount of damage I'm taking here too. Not sure why I'm heading this way. There's literally nothing down here I want. Okay. Chosen Mask, perhaps? Is it that one? Nope. Don't know. Anyway, it's one of them. One of those hat type things gives conjurer pets a nice buff. Alright. So through here you kind of head up and to the left and you'll get to the rift that way. Chosen Visage, that's going to be it. That's the pet one. Yeah, it's the right color as well. +3 to Hellhound, flat fire damage, flat crit damage. That's the one. If only I was playing a pet build. Alright, here is the Corvin City Rift. Here is... not Dahlia. Did I not do her quest in Ultimate? I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I skipped that actually. So if you do Dahlia's quest, she will be there. And I'm curious to see what happens outside the tomb then, if she's not there. So moving along slowly, because I don't want to die. There is one more detour off of the main quest that we need to do, which is destroying the messenger. The messenger is in a kind of like a volcano, I guess, to the south of the main pathway here. Okay. Totem? Totem? Totem. It's Forsaken though. That's fine. Still loot. I don't see any blue lightning or anything, so I don't think there's an arcane hero here. Actually, is there even a hero here? Might have been completely just normal mobs. Alright, so just to the south here, this walkway kind of goes up the side of a very, very hot mountain. I'm going to call it a volcano. And inside said volcano, we have a mission to destroy the messenger. Alright. So he starts out as a floating skull. And when you kill him, hopefully I can chase him off the lava. No, I'm going to chase me off the lava though. When you kill him the first time, he turns into this. When you kill him the second time, he doesn't turn into anything. He just dies. Okay. Those meteors are kind of cool though. Alright, I don't really think he's worth farming. It's quite a long run to get to him from the closest rift gate, but I have the quest to kill him, and I'm looking for reputation, so I have done so. How is our reputation going, actually? It's coming up. I'll probably have to do some farming, but I don't mind doing that. Alright, so we just keep holding left click, pushing on. Once we start heading north, hang on, treasure trove here. Once we start heading north, I'm going to start clearing more stuff. And once we get into the tombs, like the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun, I'm going to be clearing most of it, I think. Just because I don't want to get overwhelmed. There's actually a ton of stuff in there, and it's very easy to just get overwhelmed with tiny things. This little section here, if you are doing hardcore, there is an achievement for killing this guy on ultimate. I don't think that's for ultimate hardcore, but there may also be one for hardcore ultimate. But regardless, the achievement is for killing him. So there you go. And then up here there's a big walkway and it goes inside. You can go and check that out. It's not part of the main quest, so I'm going to leave it for now. So we are coming up on the last area of the Forgotten Gods expansion, or the second last, I guess. At the end of this little bit here will be the entry into the Eldritch Sun, the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun, sorry. So we will go in here. There we go. Run! Okay, so we have to feed this guy his conversation pie, then we'll have a fight to deal with, and that'll be it. We'll be into the second last area of the Forgotten Gods expansion. So, this guy is Travis. If you remember from Elite, you may remember who he is. I'm just going to kill him. So if you want to learn the lore of this fight, definitely make sure you do, what's her name's? Dahlia. Do Dahlia's quest. It starts in Homestead. You have to get her diary and turn it back into her. Then when you are in outside of the city of Malmo, you have to do her quests there as well. And then you will see her in Forgotten Gods near, where is it? Hang on. There's a rift gate sort of here-ish, and she'll be here. And she has something to do with this. That's a skill point. Nice. Chuck it in Rebuke for now. Come on, open the door. Alright, so now we fight the steward. And there we go. So, welcome to the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. There are two levels here. Each level has, I think it's just the one, but there is little secret areas with lore notes. The lore is pretty cool. Kind of goes through and explains like how the witch gods got started, and what they did to Korvac, which is kind of not the truth that's been presented to us, shall we say. And it'll be in areas like this, like you'll be able to see a way across and it'll be blocked by rubble or something, and you'll be able to get over there. That's not one of them, but similar to that. I think if you continue up the spire past the griffin that I pointed out, um, that is another way to get there. That could be a decent one. Arcane lore. I'm not going to wear it, but I'm going to sell it. So these areas are decently large. They are absolutely packed with monsters, and they don't have quick ways through them. You kind of have to go through the entire thing. It's a little bit linear, um, not entirely, but yeah, it's definitely a decent slog. And as I said, I'm going to kill most of this stuff because I do not want to be overwhelmed, especially these guys with the knife arms. Fairly tanky, and get in the way nicely, and just basically these guys just get to shoot at you for free while you're dealing with them. Okay, moving on. Free dynamite? I'll take free dynamite. No worries. Especially these guys, the champions. They're massive bullet sponges. Alright, I think we can probably just run for the door now. Seems unlikely we're gonna get buried in stuff. Alright. One more floor to go. So this time we're heading for the top left side. Last time it was top right-ish, kind of center right on the top. This time it's more to the left side. I wish I could tell how much healing this amulet is providing, because I have a feeling it's a lot. Because it's going off constantly, and like every target it hits heals me for a couple hundred. Every half second it'll hit 5 targets. It's pretty good. Same deal again. We clear all the trash, or at least a lot of it. Just trying to remember which way to go. I know there's a lot of dead ends. This may actually just run me into a dead end. Oh, here we go. Where'd old mate go? Here he is. Brother Sagarius. Okay. They do drop a lot of loot, I'll give them that much. Turn into nice iron bits. So there's a devotion shrine just here as well. I don't think I've ever got to this part of the map and still needed devotion shrines, but just in case you do, There's one here. You gotta fight for it. Which makes it a totem, which means I'm going to be doing it. You. Okay, there's another double rare. Being a white item though, I don't think anyone cares. Alright, we're gonna skip a lot of this and just go into, here we go. Now for the fun part. So, this guy on ultimate is very, very rippy. So, good luck. Here we go. Very, very rippy, as I was saying. I don't know why I disengaged from him. That just gives him a chance to jump on you. I think probably melee is the safest place to be when you're fighting him. Alright. And unfortunately, I need to take a break, so I'm getting the side eye from the wife. Means it's time to go. So I'm going to come back at a later point in time and record the ending of this. Apologies for kind of teasing you like that, but that'll be the end of this episode. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one where we will finish the game. Ciao for now. Bye.